What's up, guys, and welcome back to House Flipper 2. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It would be greatly appreciated. It's been a really weird year for both myself and this channel. I've been trying several different games just to sort of see if something sticks, and nothing really ever does. We almost always come back to these OG series. So what I'd like to do today is purchase our next big flip property. We've done a lot of jobs with this game, haven't done too many full flips on our own. I know that there are some new co-op jobs available as well, but I'd really like to do those properly, you know, with friends. So we'll see if that ever ends up happening. But the one that I've got my eye on today is this one right here, known as the Timber House. The description reads, this beautiful old house has finishing made of some excellent timber. With 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and a spacious living room with a fireplace, it makes for a perfect place for a family of 4. It goes on to say the workshop next to the house needs repairing after a fire. For 120,000 schmackaroonies, we're going to scoop this sucker up. And here we are, ladies and gents. So first things first, before we go crazy thinking about how we can fix this or change that or whatever, I just want to go through the whole house to see what's here already. We'll probably try to flip on some lights, if there are any. That way we can really see what's going on. Okay, this is nice. I love the beams, dude. That looks so dang good in here. Also seems very structural. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just put decorative beams up there. It looks like that is actually holding up the roof. Got a nice little back porch area, little sitting area here. I suppose we should probably go through this workshop as well. Oh, yeah. There was a fire in here. 100%. Dude, this is gonna take forever to get cleaned up. Got so hot it blew out these windows. Holy cow. Oh, and then we've got like some, I don't know if those are windows up there. Must be. Or just like openings. Let a little bit of a breeze roll through there. That's probably nice. Yeah, it goes all the way around. That looks really good. Okay. Pretty solid little spot. We're gonna end up selling a lot of that stuff in there, I would assume, and a lot of the stuff in the actual home as well. I'd really like to try to do this one a bit more realistic than I usually do, right? Typically, we come through and knock out every single interior wall and kind of start from scratch, basically start over in these houses, and I think it's time we just try something a bit more realistic, you know? Ooh, the pantry is cool. I don't love how it's behind this other door, but maybe we can open up this kitchen a little bit. Make it a little nicer. We've got a staircase going upstairs as well. Another bathroom in there. Smaller bedroom, but that works. Okay, so we have like a main floor bath, and then this must be the bathroom for this bedroom. So I'm almost thinking we should remove, here I am talking about what we're going to be doing, even though I said we're just going to take a peek. But I'm almost thinking we should get rid of this door and add a door just into this bedroom, if possible. That way it's sort of like an ensuite bathroom, you know what I mean? Just kind of attached to that sucker. What do we have back here? Another smaller bedroom, okay. And then through here, this is probably the master, but masters typically have attached bathrooms, and this one does not. And I don't think we really even have enough space to justify adding one. What we could do is transform this bedroom into a master bath. That could happen. That could happen. All right, well, now that we've sort of got the lay of the land, we're going to shut the front door here, and I want to focus on the exterior and this little workshop first. We've got some discolored pieces of siding in here. So again, trying to flip this as realistically as possible. We're going to pull out our flipper tool, figure out what sort of siding that is. We'll grab a little bit of it. And rather than re-siding the entire house, we're just going to patch up what needs to be repaired. Nice and simple. Nothing super crazy about that, so I'm going to work my way around. And we're going to do this exact same process until we don't have any more discolored pieces of siding. There's probably some up there as well. Oh no, that's nice and clean. Okay. It's a good thing, too. I really didn't want to purchase scaffolding just yet. Doing it this way not only saves us time, but it'll save us money. You know, rather than having to re-side the entire house, we'll hopefully be able to flip this thing for even more profit. I want to check out the back, though, real quick. We've got this big A-frame around the back. That does look pretty discolored as well. Okay, I'll tackle this real quick, and then I want to try to work on the windows. You can see they're a bit moldy, or maybe that's just moss. Whatever it is, it looks disgusting, and it needs to go. I think we could save even more money with these windows. Rather than selling the old ones and just replacing all of them with brand spanking new windows, I think we can refinish them. I think they're still salvageable, but I don't know how I want to refinish them just yet. You see, this one has sort of a darker trim around it, where this one has all white trim. I feel like this is gonna look better if we change the trim on the roof to a white wood as well. Then it would kind of pop more, and the house wouldn't feel so dark. Also, on the inside, I think that looks better than this. I don't know, dude, I'm torn. I'm really, really torn right now. Let me just change like these front three so that they all match. And maybe then I'll be able to make my mind up. You know what? The brown trim does work. It really does work. I think we're gonna send it with that. It's less in your face too, right? There's not as much white on this mostly dark building. I think we got us a winner, dude. That looks really, really nice. I love the way that it works with the cobblestone as well. So now we have to figure out what we want to do with the doors. You'll notice how the roof is sort of this light blue color. I think I'm going to take that same color and apply it to at least the front door. The frame will obviously be the same sort of like chocolatey brown color. The back door, we might... Oh yeah, there's two back doors actually. This back door, we might be able to do blue as well. It could look weird just because it's mostly glass. And I'm sort of tempted to change this door from an interior to a proper exterior door as well. We'll see. Maybe there's a reason that it's slightly more narrow just because of this hallway. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. The doors are finally in, but we've just encountered our first hurdle here, which is this wood type can't be found in this door. You know, if we hold Q over our siding here, it's going to pull it up and we can just use that wherever. This one, though, probably should get changed because it just sort of doesn't match the rest of what we've got going on. So I changed the columns out here and this railing to a stained mahogany. And I think I'm going to change the pergola above it to the same thing, and all of these little bits around the whole house to that same mahogany wood. And then finally, all the trim on the roof to that same wood type as well. I think it's going to look pretty nice, but let me show you these doors first before I get too carried away. So I decided to change out the front door for this one solely because I wanted the rear door back here to match. And that other door that we had just didn't have a slightly smaller counterpart. So I'm happy with the way that it turned out. The blue doesn't really match exactly just because the material type is a little bit different, but it's close enough, dude. It really, really is. And then like this wood back here is a beech wood, I think, or like a light cedar. So I'm going to try to get that changed to mahogany too, and we'll see how it ends up looking.
Many minutes later.
As is tradition, I totally underestimated the amount of time that it was going to take to change all of that wood to mahogany, but the end result is so worth it. So I want you guys to take a good look at the lawn here real quick, because in just a second, it's going to look very, very different. Every single weed has been pulled, all the grass has been cut, and it looks like a completely different house now. Dude, that really, really cleaned up the curb appeal. So, my idea for this little former workshop that was involved in a minor fire was I wanted to try to convert this into a proper garage. But as I was mowing, I couldn't help but notice that we have a bit of a hill going on out front the place. So a driveway leading up to it probably isn't a real possibility. We can still convert this to a garage, 100%, but I really wanted to have, you know, a full driveway going all the way back to the thing just to really make it look good. I mean, there's still a chance, right? I don't know how this works for certain. Let's see if we just, oh, see if we bring that over, it's gonna go right underneath the terrain. And I don't think, I mean, we can test it. If I just place this, yeah, as you can tell, the terrain is completely and totally unaffected, so I'm gonna have to smash that and this little support wall that I added just so I could try to stay in the same spot for that that grass cutting transition. So we'll take care of this, not a big deal. We should probably get started working on this garage at least a little bit. Dude, it feels like we spent so much time just basically changing the texture of things. It doesn't really feel like we've accomplished that much today, even though the house is looking way better. So we're gonna break out the old cell tool, come through this garage, and basically just get rid of everything that's currently inside of it. We've just got these last 2 cabinets right there, and then I think all the rest of this is just trash. Just some crumpled up pieces of paper. Hey, maybe that's how the fire started, right? We really don't know. I mean, previously there were like a bunch of burnt pallets and stuff at the front, so maybe that had something to do with it as well. Oh, this is also trash. We'll take care of that. No problem, no problem. Because I'm absolutely insane, I just have to make sure that those are flush up alongside the wall there. So let's get our flipper tool back out, and we're gonna go ahead and just copy the style of these windows and paste it onto these. Oh no. The broken glass. It still stays. Hang on, hang on, hang on. If we change this to change style, no, we can't fix the broken glass. Okay, well, hey, that's all right. We'll just sell these 2. It's gonna leave the, oh, these 3. It's gonna leave the opening there, so that'll be a little bit nicer. And then we'll just take one good one, one known good one, and we can duplicate it around to where those broken ones used to be. Nice and easy. Dude, it's been so long since I last played, I've totally forgotten how to navigate through all the tools and stuff. It's really been throwing me off. But there we go. Windows done. I might also change the color of these up here just so that way they're the same, you know, dark wood that we've been using everywhere else. Just this last little row here. And then I think at this point, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sell that front barn door. And we might even end up selling these front 2 windows, but I need a garage door. I need a proper garage door up here in the front. So let's see what we've got for that. Maybe the one with the windows wouldn't look too bad. How wide is this? Ooh, that might be perfect. Hang on. If we could get this to work. Why isn't it working? Probably because the windows are there. Let's sell those 2. No, it's still not working. Maybe it wants to see a wall here. So we'll just do a quick temporary brick wall. I don't know how I want this garage to look just yet either. Like, obviously we could just make it look similar to the home right next to it. But we also have an opportunity to try something completely different that would maybe look better. I don't want to bring over the cobblestone. I know that for sure. Maybe we'll just do siding without the little, like, different wood type on the corners. You know what I'm talking about? Like, without all the mahogany on the corners. I don't know. We'll play around with it because it's got some good beams, some good joists as well that would probably look good wrapped in that mahogany wood type. So back to garage doors. This time for sure. Or not. It just does not want to be placed here. I wonder what's getting in the way. Maybe there's something on the inside that I'm just not seeing. Or we have to place it from the inside. We could do that and then rotate it. No, it doesn't want to work. Even the small one. Even the smaller garage door is not working. It could have something to do with all these soot marks, right? So I'm gonna take just a few seconds to clean it up. You never know. It could be interfering with things. Make sure we've got the inside cleaned up as well. Again, just around the garage door. I mean, we're gonna have to go through and clean up all of it eventually, but I'm just not quite ready to do that just yet. Oh my goodness, I just figured it out. It's the dang light switch, dude. You have got to be kidding me. Check this out. It's gonna work. Yep. That's all it was. Just a light switch. Is this not even? It's not, is it? Okay, so maybe the smaller door would be better. No, that one doesn't line up either. We could do double doors. We could do that one there. And then another one here. That looks really nice, actually. I'm a big fan of that. We're gonna have to change the color of the garage doors too, but just as a placeholder. I'm really happy with that. All right, let's get that all closed up. We're gonna break out the old cleaning supplies again. Start making our rounds, cleaning up all the rest of this soot in here. Well, it's good to see that all the lumber in here is still in relatively good condition, all things considered. I mean, it did go through a pretty gnarly looking fire. I honestly expected that we would have to change out a couple of these beams. I figured they were too far gone, you know, but thankfully, that's not the case. So, now that it's all cleaned up, I'm gonna go ahead and sell that door. We're gonna find a different one to go there. Maybe, let's see, how big was that? I think that's the same size as the one that was at the rear of the home as well. So if we go to duplicates, let's see if we could just bring this one over. Yeah, and slide it right on into position. Beautiful. Got another blue door. I'm definitely not doing blue garage doors, but if we change this to change style. Oh, another new thing. I don't know if I've mentioned anything else new today. It's been a minute, I'm gonna be honest. But we can tint the glass on stuff now, which is really, really neat. So this one's just tinted sort of a gray, but you could do white as well. I think gray keeps it sort of the most transparent. You could probably do a blue too, but then you might get sort of a unwanted blue hue from that. So what I'm gonna do for this, I think, I might even go matte plastic on it. Matte white plastic. And then the details, we'll try for black iron. And then if we copy this, paste it over to the other, get both of them closed, be able to see what we think about that. I think that's gonna work the best. Truthfully, I think that's gonna work out the best for us. Dude, it is so late already. I've slept once before, you know, during us changing out all the wood types and stuff. Oh god, I forgot how dirty it was in here. Can't wait to tackle that in the next episode, tell you that for sure. We're gonna have to fall asleep in this kind of crusty old bed again. Just this little twin bed here. Now that we're feeling well rested, we've got to get back to work on this here garage. So all of these joists, all the supporting columns and stuff like that, that's all going to be that same mahogany wood that the home used. And then I think for everything else, we'll probably just use the same siding too. But again, I don't think I'm going to include, well, maybe I will include just a little bit of that cobblestone just on this one side of the building. Something I didn't notice when we first started working on this is the back side of the house doesn't have any of that cobblestone whatsoever. And having that bit of separation looks pretty good, in my opinion. So I'm half tempted to try it out. I guess worst case, if we don't like it, we can just side right over top of it. Not that big of a deal. But I'm going to be here for a good while. So I will see you guys in just a few minutes. I really need to try to figure out a way to sort of include footage of that process, and maybe I did, right? I haven't edited this yet, but when you do a time lapse with that much camera motion, it looks absolutely horrendous, which is why I usually end up cutting a lot of this stuff out. The very last thing that we need to do here is just change that hexagon tiling here to something a bit smoother, a bit more concrete-esque, and the deed is finally done. Dude, the whole time I'm working on this thing, I'm thinking to myself, thank goodness we don't have to do this anywhere else, right? Because the entire exterior of the house is already done. We already did that before. And then I remembered that the whole interior of this place is absolutely littered with beams and woodwork that will probably have to match that same mahogany wood type. It is what it is. But on that bombshell, I do think that's where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button. Or wait. Am I jumping the gun here? I didn't even show you guys the inside of the garage. It's, much like the outside, absolutely immaculate. And on that note, it is time to end. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.